Did you call bank? I call game.
What's up, podcast world? What's good, YouTube? Back for another episode of Charge It to the Game Sports Podcast. You can see we got somebody in the building today. Patrick, he's a super fan of the Buffalo Bills, is in the building. He's joining us for a very, very special topic. But before we get into it today, guys, like I said, as always, man, like the channel, subscribe, leave some comments. If you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any of the other podcast platforms where you see us, make sure you subscribe, leave some comments, leave some reviews. The channel has well overgrown 100 subscribers. We have a lot of new guests that are coming on and joining us. As you can see, the channel is growing. And also, shout out to our last guest, who was the sports agent, Antoine P.A. If you guys missed last episode, we had a sports agent on. He gave us his opinion of his experience and knowledge in the game as a sports agent. He was talking about on the women's side, the NBA side, NFL side, if you guys missed that. And then ultimately next show we'll be having and joining us will be a track star, former track star from the University of Houston. Will coming on and joining us and talking about the Olympics. I think she has a cousin that ran track, and then ultimately her jumping experience. She's a former jumper at the University of Houston. But today's show, man, we're going to be talking and chatting a lot about, it's an old topic, but it's a good one. It's a hot one. It's the Aaron Donald versus TJ Watt Defensive Player of the Year debate. I mean, it's been heated, and we got a lot of new listeners. I was in the NFL group, so shout out to that group for your comments and things like that, and for our new guests that are tuning in. We're going to give you some heat, man. So we're going to be chatting a little bit about that, and we're going to be also covering the NBA playoffs briefly, and then we'll close out with the sports bets. But let's hop right into this hot topic. So before we do that, Patrick, man, hey, thanks for joining us, brother.
Oh yeah, no problem. Anytime. It's just funny that all those people that were on that group that decided not to. You had personally invited everybody, including me, and yet I'm the only one.
I know, and the thing is, the funny thing about it is you're a Bills. There's been a lot of Steelers. I've been seeing them all year, and all in the comments. TJ Watt this, TJ Watt that, and Aaron Donald this, Aaron Donald that. You know what I mean? But I opened the door, like you said, to anybody that wanted to come on my show and debate, us about this Aaron Donald versus TJ Watt Defensive Player of the Year, argument. But like I said, as a Bills fan, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, like I said, thanks for joining us, man. But so tell us a little bit about yourself, man. As just a sports fan, and I'm just obviously a Bills fan. Tell me about your fandom.
Well, I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. I lived there for 29 years. Currently, I'm 36 years old. I've lived the last couple of years in Orlando, Florida. Obviously the weather's much better than in Buffalo. Anybody that lives there would know.
Very cold, right?
The loyalty to the Bills and the Sabres still hasn't wavered no matter where I'm at. It goes with you everywhere.
I was loyal to the Sabres this year too, for different reasons. My favorite team.
Yeah. It's like us hoping that Sidney Crosby gets hurt every year.
Hey,
the throwback.
It's
celebration at the end of the year. Celebration at the end of the season. Congrats, Tampa.
It just kind of sucks when you see a team like the Las Vegas Golden Knights have only been in the league for the last couple of years, and they're kicking our ass.
Man, they got to step their game up, man. Got to step their game up.
From the gambling perspective, fading the Sabres was a beautiful 2-month run.
Very profitable, I see.
Very profitable, memorable for a long time.
Hasn't that been happening for like the last 10 years?
Damn, 10 years. I didn't miss that money train.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like the Sabres have quickly become the Cleveland Browns of the hockey.
Damn, I didn't know it was that bad. But shoot, matter of fact, Pat, Z, you guys are playing each other week 1, man. So shoot, man.
Week 1, let's go.
Week 1.
Right off the bat.
What's the short and skinny on that? How you guys think the game's going to play out? Just short, briefly.
Well, we'll call it the Edmonds Brothers Bowl because the two brothers against each other. Buffalo got us last year, but as
2 years in a row got you.
Yeah, as
both years we're clinching our playoff spot too. Just so you know.
Bad scheduling spot. The third game in 13 days, which is a tough spot for the Steelers at that time. Thanks to the Ravens' COVID, I will never forget that. Derailed our season, but Buffalo did win. It's going to be an exciting game. I mean,
right out of the gates. Where's the game at?
At Buffalo, of course.
It's in Buffalo.
Wow.
Steelers have not had a home opener in 9 years. Every year they make them go on the road.
The only player on your offense that I'm worried about is Najee Harris. I think Najee Harris is going to be. He fell to the right team in the draft. I mean, we know the guy is good coming out of college, but you went to the Steelers. Let's be honest. That team is great at grooming young running backs. They leave Pittsburgh, they become nothing. So.
Yeah. I mean, as far as Pittsburgh, I think their biggest thing is just offensive line. Pittsburgh, their biggest thing, Ben last year, and like I said, I don't want to touch on it too much. He was throwing the ball over 30 times a game as an old ass QB. You can't do that. He had no running game.
Coming off surgery.
Coming off shoulder. Shoulder surgery?
Elbow surgery.
I don't blame Ben for last year at all. How many times has he thrown the ball hitting his receivers right in hands and they were just dropping it? It don't matter what you do.
Deontay Johnson, it was rough.
Tom Brady out there.
Juju too. Juju Smith.
Juju needs to stop dancing on people's logos, and he probably won't get clobbered as much.
Going back to the Buffalo game, that was when it exploded because he did it pregame on the Buffalo game, and the Buffalo team commented about it after the game, and so that was when it exploded nationally.
We knocked the crap out of him. Cincinnati the following week, and you didn't stop.
It was you won. It was yeah.
Man.
But no, I'm pumped. New year, new beginning, new team.
We're gonna see, man. Like I said, week 1 straight out the gates. But hey, fellas, let's jump into this topic, man. So, like I said, the big
news on either side. It's week 1.
It is week 1. Yeah, week 1.
So
17 weeks this year. So week 1 means it's pretty much just. It's almost a preseason game.
Yeah,
it's like a feeling out process. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting their conditioning and things out of the way. But we'll see how it goes. But so, fellas, man, so this TJ Watt versus Aaron Donald Defensive Player of the Year debate, like I said, again, thank Pat for coming on, man, representing as a Bills fan, Steelers fans in that group and people in that group, period, man. Like I said, the option was open for you guys. Pat gave Pat the nod. Pat's on here. So I'll give Pat the floor, man. I'll just open up with the stats, man. So Aaron Donald's stats for last season, he had a combined 45 tackles, 27 solo, 18 assisted, 14 tackles for a loss. He had 28 QB hits. And then on the other side, TJ Watt had a combined 53 tackles, 43 solo tackles, 10 assisted, 23 tackles for a loss, 41 QB hits. So, Pat, I'll give you the floor first, man, since you're our guest. How are you feeling about, this Aaron Donald winning the Defensive Player of the Year?
I mean, he was the second best defensive player in the league. Obviously, if you go based on stats, he's right behind TJ Watt. I think a lot of people, when they voted or when the press were voting for him, they just voted for him overall because of everything he's done. I don't think too many people outside of Pittsburgh or people that play Pittsburgh really know TJ other than he's JJ's brother. So TJ outperformed him big time, and I agree. If you're doing this award based on stats, TJ should have been the winner. Again, this isn't a knock at Aaron Donald. Great player. Any team would love to have him, but these awards are supposed to be given to teams and players that have stats. Now, I think they should change it a little bit to where they do what baseball does. There's a MVP in the National League. There's an MVP in the American League. So why not, with all the great talent that's on both sides of the field and both sides of the ball now, you might as well open it up to an AFC and an NFC.
I think they do that though. Don't they do AFC?
No, it's just
one.
They don't? No, it's just one. Valid points. I mean, this argument as a Pittsburgh native, is kind of moot. I mean, Aaron Donald, Penn Hills High School grad, Pittsburgh native, born and raised in Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh graduate, and then was drafted to the Rams. And TJ, the stud of our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's a win-win from a Pittsburgh perspective.
Well, in the way I look at it, too, I think they got the reward wrong 2 years in a row. Like, last year, they gave it to Stephon Gilmore because he had interceptions. Well, Tre'Davious White of the Bills had more interceptions, and more of them went for touchdowns. And he actually had more passes coming to him that he actually stopped receivers from catching in 2019 than Gilmore. So again, in this award, apparently stats don't mean anything. And I think that's wrong because to me that ruins the award, and it just tells me the award's really kind of pointless. You're not going to award the guy for having the stats.
I mean, TJ had 15 sacks last year. Once Bud Dupree got hurt, he was doubled and triple teamed. And so it makes it more
Devin
impressive.
Bush went out too.
And Bush was out. And, I mean, it was, injuries really hurt the Steelers towards the second half of the season. And so he carried them. And so when you look at his stats, 15 sacks in comparison to Aaron Donald's 13.5. He had more tackles. He had more pressures. He had more QB hits. He doubled his QB hits stats-wise. Impact on the game. Now, recall, Aaron Donald he got hurt or didn't play in the playoff game. They took him out. And he started and was horrible in that game, and they took him out.
I think he missed the last week of the season, which
last
again,
week of the season too, yeah.
Whatever. I mean, that's last week of the season. But at that point, I think the Rams were still trying to fight. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were still trying to fight for that playoff spot.
Yeah.
And I think
if team success is in it, Steelers' record was 12-4, while the Rams were 10-6.
But I don't think they calculate team success into that.
Defensive ranking, Steelers had the number 1 defense in the league. Rams had number 4 defense in the league.
Okay, Jay, I'm gonna let you chime in, bro. What you doing, man? Are you going to sleep? Man, wake your old ass up, man. I'm letting them talk too, man. Go falling asleep. Go ahead, man. How you feeling about it?
I want to train with Aaron Donald.
Hold on, I can barely hear you, brother.
Okay, hold on.
He sound a little low, don't he, fellas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me see.
TJ's had 2 years back to back that were worthy of Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
Yeah, and so last year it was a no-brainer. If you look at the stats,
A no-brainer?
Yes.
For TJ Watt. Jay, go ahead.
How am I sounding right now? Are we sounding good? Sounding good. All right, so
you good now.
No, I mean, to me, I still go with Aaron Donald. The position is really what really matters here, right? And I'm familiar with TJ Watt, but I'm not familiar with everyone in your D line. But I can almost guarantee.
Oh, their defensive line is monsters. Hold on.
Come on,
Cam Hayward, right?
Bro, you have Cam Hayward. Step on to it.
I know he
runs. Step on to it.
You guys step on to it. You guys, Cam Hayward, step on to it. Bro, you had Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree was hurt. Okay, you know what I mean.
I'm saying Cam Hayward could be put in the same category as Aaron Donald.
I'm just letting Jay know who's on that defensive line.
Right. And that's crazy. So with that being
they're top 15 players in the NFL on defensive linemen.
Just a defensive line, exactly. Okay, so now I'm glad. I'm glad. Hey, that's a testament to y'all.
Go ahead,
you know what I'm saying? For your Pittsburgh. What I'm saying is TJ Watt also had all these people to help him on the line. And he's on the defensive end, which allows you to get easier angles, which allows you to get some coverage work, which allows all these things. Aaron Donald fights every single play. Every time that ball is snapped, he is fighting. There's no easy days for him, especially when they're lined up with the who is Joseph Day?
Joseph Sebastian Day, Morgan Fox, and I'll come in. I'll come in and help you out, Jay. So like I said, after I go, then we can sort of kind of battle it out and chime in. So from my perspective, obviously, if anybody that listens to the shows, they already know how I feel about Aaron Donald.
Right.
You know what I mean? I give him Michael Jordan status for the NFL, Patrick Mahomes type status in the NFL. That's just my opinion. He's the best guy I've ever seen play football in my lifetime. And like I said, I might be showing my age. I'm 29 years old, but I watched a lot of football. I watched film. I played. I'm a former player. I know these things.
Now you got to take into account. This is the award for last season. It's not a career award.
I'm gonna give it to you. Hold on, I'm gonna give it to you. Hold on, Z. Hold on. Check this out. So looking at stats, like I said, I'm gonna pull them up right now. So at last year, Aaron Donald had 45 tackles from the inside, 27 solo from the inside. He had 14 tackles for a loss from the inside and 28 QB pressures. Compared to TJ Watts, he's an edge rusher. And that's huge.
Say it one more time.
He's an edge. So check this out. Yes, TJ Watt had 53. I'm not really going off tackles. What I'm looking at, and like I said, stats do not tell the full story. He had 23 tackles for a loss.
Numbers never lie.
Hold up. So you had 23 tackles for a loss. He had 43 solos. What do you have? 10 assisted, 41 QB hits. He's doing this from an edge perspective.
41 QB hits.
Bro, do you know what in offensive game planners film rooms look like? They said we got to stop this guy. I guarantee you.
Double?
Bro, they don't. Bro, he's doing it from the inner side. He's doing. As your defensive tackle, your job is not to get tackles. Your job is to get penetration.
This is the impact on the game.
I know, bro. He has a way more impact on the game.
I was just going to say, if you take TJ Watt,
Aaron Donald gets double, triple teamed.
That led to a 10-6 record versus TJ Watt 12-4. Even the record, the team impact record.
Bro, that does not matter. You have a way better team. You have a better team.
You have a better team.
You have a better defensive line. Bro, this is your defensive line. You have Stephon Tuitt. You have Cam Hayward.
Who was Tuitt was hurt.
Tuitt was out
most
for
of the season. Bit. He missed.
You had Cam Hayward. You had Bud Dupree. You had Bud Dupree.
Bud Dupree missed 7 games.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. On a team, no one's game. He's coming from an edge. Do you understand the edge perspective compared to a nose run stop? They even play a 3-4 scheme. They don't even run a 4-3.
After the injuries on the defense, he was doubled and triple teamed.
He was not. Bro, he was not. Yes. He was not double and triple teamed. I'm looking at the stats now.
I'm kind of was because at that point he was the only one left that was a starter.
Yeah, the rest of them were all hurt. 7 starters were out. 7 starters were injured and out for the season after week 8. 7 starters who started week 1.
Bro,
week 9.
Bro, you're not
7 starters
after week 8.
13 and a half sacks
when Bud Dupree went down.
He had 13 and a half sacks from the inside. He gets double and triple teamed every play. Can nobody tell me anything about edge play because I played defensive end. Defensive end, you can literally run around the guy.
Yes, you can.
Defensive tackle, they can put hands on your ass. Where you going? Where you going?
Let's have a conversation.
I'm telling you, deep inside and interior play is completely different.
Completely different.
Let's go to the playoff game. Look at Aaron Donald's stats for the playoff game. 1 tackle. 0 sacks.
The Browns.
Hey, TJ Watt literally got bowled over by the Cleveland Browns offensive line. Literally.
2 sacks and 12 tackles in that game versus 1 tackle. How could you have 1 tackle?
Bro, he was hurt.
He played. Mayfield and the Browns.
He played. Well, they lost, but he played in the game.
Man.
You can't use he was hurt when he played. He played.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Bro, it doesn't matter. He had 13 sacks from the inside, triple teamed every play.
When it counted,
TJ went home.
1 tackle.
He went home. You lost the first game against the Browns.
Look, Cole Beasley played for the Bills as a wide receiver in the playoffs with a broken leg in all 3 games. So the injury thing, that argument's out the door.
Oh no, he's a receiver though. Trench play is different.
Way different. I'm about to say
trench play is different.
He can definitely get touched.
He can literally run a route. In today's NFL, you can't do shit. It's like
I'm just saying, you can't use injury as an excuse for TJ in this, and I'm not going to use that as the argument over Aaron Donald. Okay, so he was hurt. Who doesn't go into the playoffs a little banged up?
Sorry,
and
not
he was literally.
I said one tackle.
No, he wasn't banged up. He was
zero tackles.
What about the rest of the season?
He had zero,
bro. Z,
in the playoff game.
Z,
no tackles.
Z, what about
tell me this? Season? Does TJ Watt get double teamed on every play? You know how many? Yeah. Do you know the? No. Listen, check this out.
Got hurt. He did.
No, check this out. On how many percentage of snaps does TJ Watt get double teamed?
When he rushed, he did. After Bud Dupree got hurt, he was double teamed every time.
What percentage during this? What percentage during the year?
Let's talk percent. You know, Z, I love numbers too.
When he rushed. After Bud Dupree got hurt, he was doubled and tripled. They had a tackle, a tight end, and sometimes a back to chip him. The line always swung to his side when they had high speed.
I'm looking at the hold up. I'm gonna say this. I'm looking at the stat right now. TJ Watt was doubled on less than 20% of plays.
That's ridiculous.
Look, hold up. Hold up. Let me completely. He was doubled on less than 20% of plays. Aaron Donald was doubled over 70% of his snaps.
He's over 70%.
That's enough. That's enough.
That's his job, is to take on a double team. He's playing no.
Okay, but he caught him. He had 2 more sacks than him, and he's double teamed over 70% of snaps.
Over 70%.
His job is to take a double team.
And it doesn't matter
based on the position.
Look,
you can't. That's apples and oranges. When you're playing nose, you're hitting the guard.
But hold on.
It's in the job description to be double team. It's
right, but that's part of the tackle. That's part of the tackle and stuff like that too.
Anybody say.
Hold on. Let Pat jump in after this.
Look at Cam Hayward's double team. It's the same number. That's his job.
How many sacks does he have? How many sacks does Cam Hayward?
That's not his role in that defense.
Man, I don't want to hear that shit.
But that still matters.
In a 3-4, the 3 linemen take on the double team, take on the attacks to free it up for the linebackers, middle linebackers.
Let Pat go. How you feeling, Patrick?
You're looking at it as a homer of the Steelers, so obviously you're all for TJ Watt. And I was on Facebook. And I have said, hold on. I have said TJ should have gotten it this year over Aaron. As a Bills fan, I watched both of them in the 2020 season. We played.
And you played against Aaron Donald.
Let me tell you right now, the only reason the Pittsburgh Steelers even were keeping up with us in the first half was because of TJ Watt. Aaron Donald was nowhere to be found in that game against the Bills.
Hold up, he forced the fumble and everything. He bashed Josh Allen's head.
He did that in the fourth quarter. Where was he for the first 3? If Aaron Donald would have been the monster that he was the entire game, I tell you right now, the Bills don't win that game.
Okay,
I can tell you that right now.
And I'll say this: Aaron Donald, and I agree with that. He might not have had a great day that day. I think he forced a fumble or something. I just remember the play where he tackled him and he fumbled or something.
I don't think you had the typical Aaron Donald year. I think COVID probably played a factor into it. The no off season, not really familiar with this team as much as he would be. But TJ, from the start to finish, he was ready to go in just about every game. And
look, playoff stat: 0 tackles, 0 pressures, 0-0. He has 5 zeros in the playoffs.
The playoffs don't mean anything in those awards. Those are regular season awards.
And everyone still caught an L.
I'm going to say this: Z and Pat. So a defensive tackle, their job is to 2-gap for the most part. So this is where scheme comes into play, okay? So Aaron Donald plays in a 3-4 scheme, meaning there's 3 down linemen, there's 4 outside, 4 linebackers, there's 2 outside, 2 inside. He is 2-gapping. He is he's on your team, Z. He's Stephon Tuitt. He's Cam Hayward. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Hold up. Listen. He's those guys. So Aaron Donald is those guys. So you're telling me?
I mean, they play 4-3.
Hold up.
Different.
No, they don't. Pittsburgh. No, they don't. They play a 3-4. They play 3-4. They play 3-4.
40% of the time they played a 4-3. The Rams did last year.
But they play 3-4. So he's 2-gapping. So on top of that, he's a down lineman whereas TJ gets the rush from the edge where it's easy. It's a lot easier. I'm telling you, if anybody, and I'm pretty sure the comments are going to come in when it comes on the show, and it's going to come from a lot of our pass rushers, people that have played inside and outside. It is a lot, and it's completely different. It's a totally different ball game when you put your hand in that dirt and when they say hike and you literally have to fight off a guy, as compared to if you're a D end, you can literally on a pass, third and long, rush off the edge, chop, dip, rip, and get around the corner. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a night and day difference. On top of that, Aaron Donald, he's not necessarily a stat monster. The greatness of Aaron Donald was when you turn on the film. You literally, when you watch it, I'm telling you, there's nothing. It's amazing. That's why I'm so high on the guy. I'm speaking. Hold on.
No.
It's now.
Like he had the stats in it, but you say he's not a stat monster. Look at his stats from 2 years ago.
I know,
monster.
Yeah, I know, but look how much he's getting double. I'm looking at the stats now. It's been going up from 50 to 60 to over 70% now. He's been double and triple team.
More and more.
You know what I mean? They know who the guy is, and look at his supporting cast. He doesn't have anybody to take the pressure and alleviate the other side. Like if Cam Hayward is going off, they're gonna be like, okay, shit, we got double team Cam Hayward. You know what I mean? TJ Watt is only getting double teamed less than 20% of the time.
Which also means that speaks to also your lineman and I guess your lineman coach. Y'all just have a factory of good linemen. Because if all of them got injured and he still only got 20%, that's ridiculous. I can only imagine with those people when y'all had a full healthy squad, how he was getting off from people.
That's when they were 11-0, when everybody was healthy.
Well, this makes sense though.
But I'll even say this, and then I'll let you guys chime in. Aaron Donald had 13 and a half sacks from the inside as an inside pass rusher. TJ Watt only had 15, and he's an outside guy. And like I said, that's TJ Watt's job, is to get – Aaron Donald's job is not really to get sacks in a 3-4 scheme. It's really to two-gap, stop the run, and things of that nature. I mean, in his
career, TJ Watt has never had a 0 tackle, 0 assist, 0 stat.
Bro, I seen TJ Watt get punished against the fucking Browns. He got his fucking dick buried in the dirt.
He's never had a 0 game. Never.
Bro, TJ Watt got his ass dogged by
never.
TJ Watt would never have a 0-0 game
in the playoffs.
He would never have any type of game like that because he's not Aaron Donald caliber.
0 tackles. 0
he's not Aaron Donald caliber.
The most
we will let TJ Watt. We will let TJ Watt go off. We will let TJ Watt go off, but we're not letting Aaron Donald get off.
Let Pat chime in. Go ahead, Pat.
The argument there isn't which one is the better player overall. Aaron Donald's by far the better player. Like
he's in the year.
I'm going to, at some point, you're probably going to watch him pass Bruce Smith's all-time sack record of 200. It'll be hard for him to do, but he's probably currently the only one on pace to do that. J.J. Watt lost that when he kept getting injured. But like I said, TJ, again, he helped the Steelers, and I saw it when they sacked Josh Allen early in their game this year. He caused the Steelers to get a 70-game sack streak. For 70 straight games, they've at least acquired a sack. And a good portion of those last year was from what? Yes. Is it easier for him to get to the quarterback on the edge than in the middle? Sure. But you can't fault him for getting the sacks because he plays in that position. If Aaron Donald played in that position too, he'd probably get as many. But Aaron Donald's such a monster, there's no reason to put him on the edge. You know, you need him to go up the middle. He needs, because A, you're going for the quarterback, but B, Aaron Donald, you're there to stop the running back. TJ Watt isn't.
Right. So why do we fault? Why do we use the argument when we say, oh, that's what he's supposed to do versus Aaron Donald was supposed to do? The fact that the 13 and 15 is so close, it shouldn't.
And he's an inside guy. That's
what I'm saying. I'm not just going based on just the sacks. I'm going over his numbers in every category.
DJ had an interception.
And was by far better than Aaron Donald's. Now, again, I'm not arguing that Aaron Donald, he's a much better player than TJ Watt. Any team would love to have him. Like, if all of a sudden the Rams go, hey, we want a number 1 pick, I guarantee there's 31 other teams saying, here's our first-round pick, including the Steelers.
And for me, like I said, why I think the whole TJ Watt and why I think, like I said, it's a great topic, and like I said, I can feel the energy in the building. I mean, just the fact that people got to understand the fact that Aaron Donald is a defensive tackle. He plays in a 3-4 system. It would be different if he was in a 4-3. It's a little different because he's in a 3 technique. He's playing that old Warren Sapp type position where, you know, even though he's still an interior lineman, but for the most part, he's either playing the 3 and he's getting in a 3-4 system. He's getting the 3 technique. He's getting double team and triple team over 70% of his snaps. And like you said, I mean, it's not just stats alone. It's the fact that if I'm telling you, I'm gonna try to get a offensive coordinator on or somebody or defensive coordinator. If I'm telling you, if in offensive film rooms, because I've been in them, they're gonna say, "How do we stop this guy?" I'm just telling you my honest opinion. I'm just telling you the facts.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, "How do you stop this guy?"
You don't have an argument there, but we're talking about impact last.
No, that's
season.
what I'm saying. It's not about stats though, Z. But
look at the Rams record.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you turn on the
y'all have better players.
That's what I'm
Even
saying. If you turn
are
on
better
the
than their
film,
backups.
if you turn on the film, if Aaron Donald is getting double teamed, if he's getting double and triple teamed, that frees up somebody else to make a play. That frees up somebody else to make a play. And he was double teamed over 70% of his snaps compared to less than 20 for TJ.
It's his position. TJ spent most,
but he only had 15 sacks.
Dropping. He's in coverage.
No, he's not. He only drops a decent. It's like less than 5%.
Third down.
It's like less. Down. He's a rusher on third down.
One of the two of them are dropping. Either Pre was covering.
He's not dropping.
Yes,
he's not dropping. Now you're making up all types of shit.
So tell me.
Hey, Z. So is Shaq Barrett better than TJ Watt for the Bucs? All right, so why did Shaq Barrett have 19 sacks last year and TJ had fucking 15? Why didn't Shaq Barrett win defensive player of the fucking year?
Because TJ has 27 more tackles.
19. He had 19.
Look at his tackles number. Look at the he doubled him in tackles. He doubled him in tackles.
Well, you saying sacks. You just saying you brought up 15 sacks compared to 13.
It's part of the whole package. He every defensive stat he has more than Aaron Donald. Everyone.
Bro, he's an edge rusher. He's an edge rusher. His value is getting double teamed and impact plays.
When you have tackles for loss.
If Aaron Donald creates a 3-man pile and you turn around and somebody else is making a free play, that's where Pro Football Focus gets involved. And that's the reason why he won the award. They look at analytics.
Yeah, but the inside guy
analytically, TJ Watt does not match. There's no way in the world that TJ Watt matches up analytically. Your only argument is stats. Because when you bring in
wins and losses, impact on the game, defensive rank.
The Steelers are a fucking better team than
their whole
the Rams last year. They had Jared Goff. It's fucking Jared Goff, bro.
Make a difference in that award because look, Lamar Jackson in 2019 won the league MVP. He had less wins than Patrick Mahomes. Aaron Rodgers last year won the league MVP over Josh Allen. Josh Allen had more wins than Aaron Rodgers.
But Aaron Rodgers
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean it's a popularity contest too because the media.
No. It's
so
not for that. I'm telling
you, the media and the players vote on it. Not
it was a combination, players and media.
No, it's a combination of things, but it's also analytics. But I'm just saying you cannot get mad at Aaron Donald for beating out TJ Watt in the race. You know what I mean? Just because he had better stats. Like I said, if you turn on the film, this guy is incredible. I'm just want to throw this out there right now. I'm not a TJ Watt hater in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, he has finished second 2 years in a row. He's finished second 2 years in a row.
Yeah, but he got to get his stats up, man. I mean, he has to be more of an impact player. They don't game plan for him. Huh?
2019, Trey White for the Bills was second to Stephon Gilmore.
Trayvon White is incredible he's a monster corner that nobody even talks about. He's a monster. I'm telling you.
People to keep sleeping on the Bills. They did it all last year, and we kicked just about everybody's ass, other than the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, and like I said, we'll wrap up. Great chop up on the Aaron Donald and TJ Watt debate. But before Pat gets out of here, Pat, let's talk a little bit about your Bills, man. How you feeling about them this season? Well, first of all, how do you feel about them last season? How they panned out, and what is your outlook on the Bills for this upcoming season, man?
Well, last year was definitely somewhat of a shock and not at the same time. Like, I expected them to be good last year. I didn't expect them to get to the AFC title game. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody did.
No.
I do wish we would have put up a better game against the Chiefs, because I think we could have done better against Tampa, clearly, than 9 points in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I think what Sean McDermott and their GM, Brandon Beane, are doing, they're building that team. And listen, they look every year. They say, hey, we're missing this piece for this year. Cool. So when we go in the offseason, we address that problem. Like 2019, Josh Allen progressed nicely. What was the one piece that everybody said we were missing? The number one wide receiver. We go and get Stephon Diggs.
Man,
well, what they say this year? We're missing a second number one wide receiver. Okay, so we have Stephon Diggs, and we go and pick up Emmanuel Sanders.
Yep.
Big pickup.
He's a very underrated piece. He's a huge piece. You got Gabriel Davis, don't you? He's a young receiver. He's nice. And
they said that we're missing pass rushers. Okay, so what do? We go and get 2 decent pass rushers from the draft.
Yep. And you got Jerry Hughes. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I hope Jerry Hughes is on the team going into this year, but I think with his age and cap money that he's doing, he might be a cap casualty. I would like to see him stay because he is a team leader and he is the veteran guy on the team. Would I be surprised if he gets cut? No. Would I like to see him go? Hell no. He shares a last name with him.
Yeah, they added Greg Rousseau from Miami, who's special.
Oh, he's a monster. The defense out of Miami, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Walk over to the offensive line?
Hey, Greg Rousseau is a monster. Like I said, the Bills, for me last season, I was like, man, is this really like them? Like, because there was, I was just sitting there watching the games. You know what I mean? Just Josh Allen, he took that next step. Now, Lamar, I mean, I'm kind of down on Lamar, man. He took it a step back for me. He has this. Against him. I took it a step further and started betting against him in certain games because the guy can't. I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, but he didn't take that Josh Allen's elite pass thrower of the ball step. You know what I mean? Reading defenses.
I don't want to sleep on Lamar yet, but I think the one thing that the Bills did that the Ravens haven't done was they not only to improve Josh, they got him weapons. Like Josh Allen came out of college, everybody said he's inaccurate. Well, okay, name me a receiver he had in Wyoming? Because he didn't have one. Well, your accuracy is going to suck when you don't have anybody to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
So his first year with the Bills, we lacked in receivers. His accuracy wasn't good. The next year, we go and get Cole Beasley and John Brown. It improved.
Okay,
it wasn't great. Then last season, we get Diggs, and holy crap, look at what we got.
Yeah.
So
they got to help the guy out. Yeah.
It's not only them developing Josh, it's them putting the team around him and putting the right pieces. They're not prima donna players that are coming in. They're players that want to be in Buffalo, and there's players that want to play. Again, you take a Cole Beasley with the broken leg when he was in Dallas. There's no way he plays in their playoff game.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I'll still be somewhat of a factor for Josh Allen. I can't run. I'll just catch the ball and lay down.
Yeah,
they're on the line. Their offense and defensive line, both sides of the ball.
They're solid. Their defense,
they're great.
They might have. I will say this: a lot of people might not know. The Bills' defensive backs might be the best defensive backfield in the NFL with Tre'Davious White and what they got, Micah Hyde and and they got Edmonds and
the Alabama guy. What's his name? Wallace. From Alabama is there.
Their defensive backfield is very underrated. A lot of people sleep on them. And Tre'Davious White, man, I mean, a lot of these guys are saying that putting Jair Alexander over him. Turn on the film about Tre'Davious White, man. I'm telling you, this guy's incredible.
One of the things with we now have about $10 million in cap space that we still have to work with, and I know a lot of people are talking about the Bills and Zach Ertz. I don't. Listen,
what?
If you trade for Zach Ertz, great. It's like saying when Tampa signed Antonio Brown. Did you need to do it? No. Is it nice to have? Yes. I'd rather take that money and spend it on a guy like Richard Sherman or Steven Nelson to pair with Tre'Davious White.
Right.
Because Trey White has the one side, but nobody else has the other. I mean, you're constantly flipping players. Now,
young guys, yeah. And then
the guy that came up strong towards the end of the season and pretty much started with the Steelers game was Johnson.
Yeah.
He got the pick 6 from Ben. He also, in the Ravens playoff game, 100-yard interception run to pretty much seal our deal against the Ravens.
Right.
So he's coming.
Yeah, he's the Miami guy.
Yeah.
We just, the guy that we need to see a big improvement on our defense this year has to be Ed Oliver. Oliver, I mean, I know the guy can be a beast, but if he needs to show it.
Was he a disappointment last season? Was he a disappointment?
I think with the absence of Star Latulele, who sat out because of COVID, I think that hurt him.
Yeah.
I think
he took on more double teams,
Right.
Yeah.
So I think with him coming back, that might open it up for him, but we need to see it.
Bills have depth on the defensive line. They have a lot of depth. I mean, between Vernon Butler, former first-round pick, Ed Oliver, first-round pick. They add Star Latui, first-round pick. Then they're bringing.
They have Trent Murphy. Do you guys still got Trent Murphy?
No.
He's gone. Okay. Yeah. But I know they got a lot of depth. A lot of veteran guys that can really contribute. But I mean, like I said, the Bills, I'm looking for big things. So what is your outcome? What do you think is going to happen realistically as a Bills fan and represent for Bills Mafia? What's going to happen this season?
Well, if we can learn from our mistakes last year, and one of the biggest mistakes, now, granted, I love the fact that we still have the same coordinators that we did last year. The consistency is going to be key. But we need to run the ball a little bit more. We need a better, more balanced running game. Josh Allen just can't do it all. As exciting as it is to watch him do that, at some point that's going to be disastrous for him. Yeah. We need a better balanced running game because when we play teams, and we have the stretch this year where we're going to play back-to-back, we're going to get the Chiefs and then we're going to get the Titans. Those games we have to keep those offenses off the field. Best way to do it, do what Tampa did in the Super Bowl to Mahomes. We're going to run the ball. We're going to keep your offense over the field. And when your offense is on the field, we're going to blitz the crap out of you and punish you. Yeah. So unless the Bills can get an established running game going, it might be pretty much the same as last year. But I think like the last couple of years, we've learned from our mistakes every year. I think this year it's got to be make it to the Super Bowl or it's just another lost season. However, it is nice to have a team, especially when you go into April into the draft and seeing that they're drafting in the 30s and not in the top 5.
I know. Hey, as a Bucs fan, man, I feel like I'm telling you, it's been a lot of hard years being a Bucs fan. And
the Bills went 17 straight years without a playoff appearance. However, in those 17 years, we never had the number 1 draft pick. So we sucked enough to not make the playoffs, but we didn't suck enough to get the number 1 pick.
Home field could be key. If the Bills end up with home field,
nobody wants to play in Buffalo. Nobody wants to play in Buffalo.
Buffalo in January.
Have y'all been around a lot of Buffalo fans?
Anybody that's watching as a Bills fan or not, go back and rewatch the highlights from the Ravens playoff game. We only had in the Bills Stadium 6,000 people. That stadium can hold about 70 to 80. They sounded like there were 60 to 70, and there were only 6,000 fans there. So could you imagine an entire season where fans weren't allowed to show up, and now all of a sudden, hey, go get your vaccine, you can show up. Sweet.
Man.
Kansas City and Buffalo versus Buffalo and Kansas City makes a difference. I mean, makes a huge difference.
But at the end of the day, I mean, we have to be prepared to beat them in their turf too, because guess what? It's the hand that you're dealt. And can't do it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, thanks for coming on, man. Anybody you want to shout out before hopping off, man?
No.
Okay.
Bills Mafia, tune in, watch.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of Bills fans that listen to the show. So Bills fans, if you're listening, man, like, comment, subscribe.
Travels well.
Yeah, man. Support your guy, man. Comment on the page if you're from Bills Mafia. If you're a supporter of the Bills, the Bills Mafia. If you're one of those people jumping through tables, season ticket holders, what have you.
Shout out to our fan base.
Support your guy, Pat, man. Like I said, he's representing, for a topic that, a lot of Steelers fans and a lot of guys in that group ran from, man. So thanks for coming on, Pat. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have you on. We're gonna stay in touch. You're gonna be on again, okay?
Good luck. Yeah, good luck to your Bills.
The
Except
Bills
week one.
Mafia are a great fan base too, because I mean, think about it. The Bengals ended their playoff drought. We donated money to this charity. He's not even our quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
It's amazing, man. Pat, thanks for coming on, man.
no problem.
Appreciate
Thanks for having me.
All right.
By the way, TJ should have gotten an award over Aaron.
Man, get the hell.
Amen.
Man, Pat was a good dude, man. Pat was a good dude.
Dude.
Like I said, hey, Z, I tried to get you some help, man. I'm telling you, I reached out to your Pittsburgh Steelers. And there was a lot of them in the group. I posted a little thing. Aaron Donald did. It was TJ Watt. No, check this out. Hold on. I'll put the little thing in the other groups. Was TJ Watt snub? A lot of Steelers fans. Yeah, he was snub. Hey, do you want to come on the show? Nah, I don't want to come on the show.
Well, it depends. Like if there's Steeler fans from Pittsburgh versus Steeler fans who are not from Pittsburgh. Because
they was from Pittsburgh.
So yeah, most
they was just scared. They ran.
Most Pittsburgh guys love Aaron Donald because he does so much for that city, building businesses and doing everything for Pittsburgh. So it's so hard for somebody who grew up in Pittsburgh to say anything negative about Aaron Donald because he's almost
ran, man. I'm telling you, they was going in. TJ had more sacks, he had more tackles for a loss. I said, "Do you want to come on?" No. Pat of Bills Mafia was the only dude coming in to support. So shout out for Bills Mafia. Shout out to
Bills Mafia. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Shoot,
I can't wait. How many weeks till football season starts? 9 weeks.
I cannot wait.
9 weeks.
Oh my
God.
And anybody that doesn't know, like I said, we love football. I mean, we love basketball and we love some of these other sports. But ultimately, we started after NFL season. Yep. Football is our thing. So, I mean, like I said, you can see how the channel's grown now. We only got more high-profile football guests to come. We're just waiting for football season. So get in while you can. But, fellas, let's close out the show with the NBA. I don't want to touch on it too long. So, game one, we saw what happened with the Phoenix Suns and the Bucks. Giannis played. I mean, he's given a decent effort. They're playing game 2 tonight in Phoenix. Guys, how you feeling about this series? Like I said, I want to spend too much on it, and then we'll close up with the bets. But how you guys feeling about this series?
It's gonna be a fun series. It's gonna be a series of adjustments. It's gonna be how Milwaukee can adjust to what Phoenix does offensively, and that's pretty much it. I mean, if Milwaukee can adjust their defense, I don't see them winning games in Phoenix. But when they go back to Milwaukee, Milwaukee will win at home. Yeah. And then then you're going to come back to game 6 and 7. The championship will come down to 2 games.
Right.
So tonight's game, I mean, I don't know if you saw the pregame before they came out. Giannis was going crazy getting the team together. The rest of the players were quiet, and Giannis was like screaming at him, "Get your head up, let's go!" I was like, so I bet he's having a great game tonight because he came out fired up.
Yeah, man. So, Jay, how you feeling about this series, man? How you feeling about this Phoenix Suns and Bucks series, bro?
Suns in 3.
God, he said something. He said something.
The first one is free. The first one is free.
He said Suns in 3.
I think Bucks pull out a few games at home, but I think it's going to still be a steamroll. I think Suns beat them across the board as far as matchups, really. And as far as Giannis is probably one of the more exceptional players that are really higher tier, but he's injured. And then when he runs into Ayton in the paint, it negates that. I think it's a terrible matchup. I also I need for people to stop disrespecting the Suns. Look, they went into the bubble. I said, oh, it's just a bubble game. That's what happened. Oh, they're not going to follow up next season. Look, they end up being the number 1, number 2, not top 3 seed out of West next season, and now they're in the finals. All right, y'all. I get it. I understand people got injured, but they've gone 3 for 3. They're about to go 3 for 3 for people that doubt them. Give them their respect. I
give them their respect. For me, man, I mean, like I said, for my pick for the series was the Bucks. I posted in the Charge Into the Game group, and for anybody that wants to join the group, it's like I said, it's always in the bottom of the description of the show. I usually throw up memes and little stats here and there, and we have a good time with it. But like I said, I just stuck with my pick. Like, I mean, I won so much money this year on the Bucks. It's ridiculous. Bucks are my better. They won me so much money. So it's just like, okay, if the Bucks lose the series, that's fine. You know what I mean? I still bet my money because, I won so much money with them. I'm not betting really on the Bucks this series. Like I said, I'm rooting for them to win because I like Giannis. And I just, if you won so much money with somebody throughout the season, it's like, why go against it? So I cannot go against the Bucks. So I'm rocking with the Bucks. I'm rooting for the Bucks. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, so for me, I'm rocking with the Bucks. I think they can still do it, man. I mean, Brook Lopez, he's such a defensive liability. Him dropping back into the paint and on those switches, getting torched by Chris Paul. I mean, just crossed over and Devin Booker and these guys just blowing right by him. Or if he steps back too far, they come off that pick and roll and they just shoot it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Good thing from a Bucks point of view. So they've made adjustments in game 2. They're playing better, and Giannis is playing great. He looks even more healthy than he did in game 1.
Yeah, Giannis is keeping him in there.
They always say a series doesn't start until a home team loses a game.
And I will say this. I will say that if Giannis is who he's supposed to be, he's supposed to dominate. You know what I mean? You're the 2-time MVP of the league. You're the best player on the floor. You are the best. You're better than Devin Booker. You're better than Chris Paul. Show them. If you are who people say you are, Devin Booker didn't win MVP. Chris Paul didn't win MVP at back-to-back seasons. You did. So, I mean, if you are who you say you are, you're supposed to do it, man. This is your show. You're going to go as far as you carry him. Chris Middleton, you're going to have to show up, man. You're gonna have to stop taking off in the first half and coming back with these strong third and fourth quarters. You're gonna have to score 13 in the first half and over double digits in the second half in some way, shape, or form. Get over 20 points and help Giannis out or close to 30. And Drew Holiday, man, I don't know what you're doing, man. Like you can't shoot for shit. You out there getting cooked on defense by Chris Paul. You know what I mean? And game 1, game 2 is now. I'm watching a little bit of what's going on.
Bucks advantage now is they are dominating the boards. I mean, 2-1 in rebounding. Yeah. That's how they could win. Use their size and no matter how many shots they miss, attack the boards and get every rebound. Yeah. And the Suns could be in trouble because the Bucks have a lot of size.
They do. If they use the size to the board.
Yeah.
Sarge is out.
Yeah, that's another thing. You're replacing him with Frank Kaminsky.
Come on, Bucks. Like I said, all day in the paint. Brook Lopez, you should go to work, man. 20 points. You should average 20 points. Get your big ass on the block, man.
That'll be the
You're
key.
over 7 foot. Stop spot. I know you can shoot threes. I know that. Okay? But I'm telling you, there's no reason why every time down the floor, right, bro, if you get your ass on the block, if you catch it and you fucking drop step and the hook, you can't stop that.
That used to be him.
You're bigger than 8.
When he was at Brooklyn, he was a down low player. He was a double-double machine. As the league has become 3-point happy, he adjusted his game to stay in the league. So now he's too much.
I'm not mad at him. Yeah, he's trying to survive. All right. I get it.
But CP3 game 1, he killed him. Devin Booker had a solid game. Like I said, right now it's up to the Bucks. It's up to Giannis. It's up to Chris Middleton.
It's on their coach.
The coach, he makes no adjustments.
I mean, try a zone. Try something. Just that all 5 people switch. He believes that every player can guard everybody.
Didn't this guy win defensive coach? NBA Coach of the Year 2 years straight or some shit?
Yeah, fewer. Yeah.
I mean, this is ridiculous. Having them isolate Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez on Chris Paul.
Devin Booker. Yeah, you got to make adjustments, man. Show us why you're the coach of the year. Yeah, you know what I mean. All of it for the Bucks, it's show me. For the coach, it's show me why. You know what I mean? But hey, yeah, man. So, shoot, let's close out with the bets, fellas. So, what y'all got for the people, man?
I'm on the Suns all the way. I mean, I don't see.
Suns,
I don't see the Bucks doing anything. If they drop off, they get beat. If they switch everything, they get beat. They haven't made any adjustments. So I'm on the Suns. The Suns. I mean, initially I thought it'd be 7. I'm just gonna say maybe 6 now.
Okay.
Suns in 6. Shout out to the Suns in 4 guy. He's making moves. The greatest troll job ever. Remember the guy he beat up had a Jamal Murray jersey. and he was at the club with a picture with the real Jamal Murray.
You can't make this shit up, man.
That guy's life is just embarrassed forever. So not only is he getting beat up wearing a Jamal Murray jersey, a month later, Sons and Four guy is partying with the real Jamal Murray.
Man, shoot. You got any more? You got any baseball, Z? Or what you looking at? Anything?
Well, so baseball, I am still on fading the Arizona Diamondbacks on the road. It's still a good play. Fading Matt Harvey when he pitches for the Orioles. That's still a good play. And fading Carlos Martinez, who's a pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, when he pitches. Fade him as well. That's been a good play. And so I'm the betting bully when it comes to baseball. I go after the scrubs and I hammer them until I lose.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this before Jay goes. Like I said, for me, like I said, I don't bet baseball, I don't bet hockey. I just wait for football and basketball. That's just my method. But Z, me and you gonna get together after the show because I'm gonna start sending you about $50 a week to gamble for me on baseball. So, but we're gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you. We're gonna talk to that.
So we got this lull time because it's a good 6-7 weeks before football comes.
Yeah,
and so this is a time where
it's time to lock down. Yeah, when basketball is absolutely done, I will be able to fully focus on baseball.
Yeah, so basketball is done until college football starts the week of Labor Day weekend.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
You'll have a good 5 weeks to bet baseball to get you through until college football starts.
There you go. Yeah.
And
it's gonna be easy.
That first week, I mean, Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, Miami. Let's go.
Man, Florida State, man. No chop, man. No chop. Hey, Jay, isn't your team UCLA, bro? I forgot when the Alabama guy came on. You were UCLA, right?
The root for Miles, bro. Well, Miles is one of my favorite players, but LSU. Oh,
I thought you was UCLA or something like that.
Look, man.
Oh,
Come on, man. I was riding the Josh Rosen train. I'll say that on record. I was wrong about that.
Okay.
As it's been a few years, I can go ahead and outright admit it. Yeah, me and Rome had a conversation. I said I like UCLA because I like Josh Rosen. He's gonna be a next big thing. That was a miss.
Who's their? They got a decent quarterback because he started as a true freshman. I think he's a junior now, so he's.
I may have missed the wrong quarterback. That's what it sounded like to me. And when I missed that, they missed my fandom. It's a train, so I looked elsewhere.
What you got for the people for the bets, man? You got anything?
I'm a lot with Z with fading these horrible teams, but I'm also seeing a lot of teams that I'm doing over and unders. Depends on your pitchers, depends on home. I mean, right now the Tigers been kind of really good at hitting a lot of overs for me recently. Right now, I got the overs. Yeah, I'm about to say right now they're over 9. Right now in the 7th inning with 3-3, 3-3, which is we're sitting at 6. But I seen my best bets have been coming from team totals, y'all. Watch team totals. A lot of these teams have been blasting team totals. When you see them low, you know it's a team that may be able to keep up, but they give up a lot of runs. Hit it hard. It's been great these past few weeks.
Nice, man. That's what's up, man. So, fellas, we're gonna wrap up the show, man. As always, charge it to the game crew. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, next show, man, we got a special guest. She's supposed to be joining us. Alicia Ford, former track and field star at University of Houston. She was a jumper, and looks like she's also a family member of Texas native and University of Texas track and field star Kennedy Flynn. So shout out to her. We're looking forward to having our first female guest. So we're going to treat the lady with nothing but love and respect. You know what I mean? But
Olympics right around the corner.
Olympic. I'm gonna ask her about that too, because we're gonna get into that on the next show. Because old girl, man, there's no reason why she shouldn't be running. Man. There's no reason why. What was it, Sha'Carri Richardson shouldn't be running in the Olympics over some damn weed, man. Come on.
I'm gonna save my response for the show.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna talk about it with her, man, because she feels a certain one type of way about it too. So, like I said, we'll see you guys next show. And also, shout out to Rover Bucks, man. Rover Bucks, I got the Mike Allstott signed jersey for anybody who's looking to join a raffle with authentic jerseys with the certificates. Rover Bucks has a monstrous raffles where he has autographed jerseys with the certificates to prove it. I think it's usually like $20 or something like that to join. Hit him up. Has a ton of jerseys. He has jerseys for everybody: Bucks fans, Steelers fans, Rams fans, Raiders fans, whoever team you like.
I did notice an Aaron Donald jersey today.
That's me. I need the Aaron Donald Rover Bucks.
I did see that on there, yeah.
So shout out to the Rover Bucks, man. Hey, we're gonna get out of here, and we'll see you next show.